Hey everybody, I thought this would be a great time to go live. I'm wanting to do a little bit of work on Miss Madam this morning and thought everybody would have fun with it. So let's get that done. Let's uh let's enjoy ourselves, shall we? Now what we're gonna do here is we are going to take this one and we're gonna go and create. So as you can see, we've got some just rough sketches here. Nothing major. I needed to know where everything's going to get laid out at. I need to know where everything's going to, how it's going to look, and we want to get that done. So I am going to get that finished and get working. So first thing we do, I've moved everything to blue. It helps to draw over everything. We need to go through with our pencil and just begin drawing. Up, things are running a little slow for us. So we're going to go back on that one. Chose the wrong color anyway. So let me drop out of a few applications here. Yeah, I do multiples, so things work a little slow for me sometimes. But I'll drop these down and we can see where we're at. Now I can't drop my recording software because it's recording the screen, which is important if you're going to see anything. But I can drop some of the fun things that I do while I'm in here. Um, so let me get that done. Close just about everything I possibly can. All right, now let's see if we can get things running a little bit better than we did. Oops, I dropped something. Nothing major, nothing on screen. So what I'm doing right now, if you're hearing any sound, is I'm just adjusting my screen to be a little happier with my position. That's better. All right, so we're gonna go in a little better, or a little closer. I'm gonna start our drawing here, so you can see how things sort of work together. Uh, we're cleaning things up a bit here, getting things a little better, nice and clean. So that's what we're getting done. Um, Nothing spectacular. I mean, this is just mom here. So let's get her into place and kind of get her body shape where we want it. So that's her arm there. Uh, Shaping isn't the hardest thing in the world. What you do is you kind of just figure out where everything's gonna be. That's the stage we're at. So the first stage, the original blue drawings you have, those were actually just guider lines. Let me know that I had the right position on everything. Now what we're doing is we're going in and we're making the actual shape of how she looks. So blocking everything right now. Here, I'll show you. Get rid of that. You can see there. Now we get rid of that. You can see how the shape is starting to take shape. So nothing special. Give her a little bit of hip because she is feminine. She is a woman, so we want to get that in place and have those really showing off that she's female, not not a bulky masculine guy. Um, Now let's go up here. So we got something a little interesting to show you, which is perspective. So if you look here, you get this. Now, I know it looks like her hands are behind her back, but she's actually uh, washing the dishes. So this is her back. So all of this is in place to make sure that her face faces the correct direction. So you're going to have back of her head. This is where everything would be. So Actually, this line should go this way, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and erase both of these. Let's go here. Snap eraser. Let's get rid of this because it just doesn't look right anymore. A little confusing. Go back here with our pencil. Drawing those lines. Get that going. Now, this doesn't really matter because we're only at the point of layout. So we're not just penciling everything in. Once everything's done, then we'll go in and ink it all. So don't stress yourself out at this point. I've done that before, and it's no fun. I'll tell you that. It is no fun to be stressed out about your art because then you're less likely to both finish and be happy with what you have. Now, she's going to be wearing a dress, so we're just placing this in so we have some uh, uh, reference points. So when we put the dress on her, it drapes correctly. So I'm going to clean up a few areas. I'm making it a little darker than it should be because I don't want to go back through and erase. Because what I'm going to end up doing anyway is I'm going to be making it blue. So it's not really an issue. So not really bothersome whatsoever. Uh, so we're just going in there. Give her an ample butt because, she's a beautiful woman. She's a little older. I mean, Miss Madam at this point is 16-ish, so it's not like she's a young woman in her 20s. This is a mom who's taking care of her child for the last 16 years while working, so she's a hero. She's someone who cares about her baby no matter what. So I'll just give her legs here. And then that leads to her feet, which, depending on how you want to perspect it, they're going to be here. She's not going to be wearing high heel shoes. I mean, she's in her home. So she'll have her feet here. And then what usually looks good is to go ahead and put them, as you can see, facing this way, facing this way. Because if you put them too straight, you're just going to see the back of the foot. If you put them in the same direction, it's given her a weird placement for her body. And neither of those is going to lead to uh, a very visually pleasing scenario. So now what we're going to do, we're going to draw a straight line here for the window. Ah, well, that didn't work out. Something there. Something got a little funky. So you can see, I just put up a sketch, or just a real quick, dirty sketch, in order to get everything where I wanted it. And now we're going to go in and clean up. Now, normally I don't use straight lines because on a character they look terrible. They look artificial. The inconsistencies in your art really help to sell that this is a new piece or a real person. But when you are drawing architecture, it really helps to sell that this is uh, a manufactured piece. So keep that in mind when you're drawing. Is to know when and where to use actual lines because too off like eyeballs, don't use them there. Uh, Now we're going to go in, give it a little bit of there. Don't use them on eyeballs because eyeballs aren't round. They're not perfect spheres. They have a little edge to them. They have a little bulge to them. So you want to make sure that you are displaying that nature isn't perfect. Man just tries to build as straight and perfect as he possibly can. Now we want to make this look like a nice little kitchen window. So that's why we're putting the 4 panes in there. Then we go back through. Eraser, they have buttons on these pens, and every time I seem to catch myself on them. So what we're doing here, just giving it a little window sash up the top and some curtains, giving this a real home feel to it, because this is Miss Madam's home. And so we want to get something in there that makes her feel like this is where she's safe. Nope, I don't like that line. So this one drapes down too, but no. Don't be afraid. Screw up a little. Don't make it look perfect. Make it look comfortable. There. So bring a couple of lines down here. Alright, then we're going to go back in with our eraser. Use the size of this. Sort of clean this out a little. I need to bring that size up. That might get it. Because windows don't show through their curtains, do they? I mean, look at your curtains at home. Does your window show through unless it's a sheer curtain? No. So we want to keep this as human natural as possible. Now this is going to get colored and then uh, uh, inked. So we're going to do finishing later on. But I don't like it just sitting there, because I'm going to go work on a different area usually, and then I'll come back to it and I'll wonder what I was looking at. Like when we first started Miss Madam's Mother, I had forgotten she was looking at the sink, not looking at Miss Madam herself. Um, so it just it felt funky, uh, getting back to that. So getting rid of these really helps your case for knowing where you are. Now, what is this missing? It is missing something. We want to just build in the ends of a uh, uh, curtain rod right there. Sorry, I blanked for a second. So I want to build in the end of the curtain rod. And if you notice right here, it doesn't really go all the way down, because this is a kitchen. They're not going to go. They're not going to extend past the window because of water. So you got to just know, like, look at things in your house. If you're building a world inside of a house, you wanna you wanna see how your home is built, and that will help you. So let's go back just a little bit. So I'm gonna scroll back because I need to put in a couple more lines. So we've got the counter here. Well, we need the counter to fit the area we have. Come on, you fool! There we go. I am decidedly displeased with that. It's running a little slow, mainly because of I've got everything running. So hey, it is what it is. I need to figure out a few things on my side to get this the performance up a little bit, but I'm not mad or anything. Just realizing, hey, I probably shouldn't run as many programs at the same time. So try to get that as straight as possible with this thing, you know, doing its thing. And then we drop it down. That's pretty straight. I mean, there's a couple of lines, but again, we're going to go back and ink, so it's not that big a deal. I don't want you stressing on things. This isn't the time to stress. This is the time to build. Build your world, get it the way you think it should look. Then worry about the other pieces. See? Just drop it down, move on. I mean, we could put, let's do that. You could put a small picture here, because this is a wall. There's nothing that says you can't. Now, is it going to look perfect? No, because my system is running a little bit weird. So we'll just get rid of that. You know what? Let's go in here. Let's do an ellipse, because I'm going to put an elliptical picture up. Let's drop the ellipse in. How about that? Make things easy. Then we go in, grab our, whoa. All right, we're going to re-ellipse that. We need to be a big picture. Just needs to be a picture. All right, something's going on there. I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, guys, let's take a look. I just kind of want to give you an oversight. Put up some videos anyway. Give you an oversight of what we're looking at. So you get rid of this layer. And you can see how Miss Madam's mom looks. You can see how that window looks. Does she look perfect yet? No. No, she doesn't. But will she look good? Yes, because we've got the proportions right. Might have to shrink her head a little bit, but that happens. There's never anything to worry about, guys. Just get in there, get to drawing. The most important thing you do every time is draw. Good or bad, just draw. Get that step out of the way today. And then tomorrow, once you're happy with everything, draw something more. All right, guys, we'll take it easy.